in stream, I will be talking about 10 steps to learn a new language. Uh, Let me know how you hear me, moderators, because the chat is off now. I will turn it on after. Let me set up here everything. Let me start. Okay. So there are 10 steps that I would like to talk about. First of all, I want to read them, and then I will talk about each one apart, each step to learn a new language. So the first step is to set a goal. Set a realistic goal. You have to understand why you need to learn the language. So you set that goal and you have to understand, what's the reason behind learning that language. So I have a little script here. Determine why you want to learn a language, to set goals that will help you stay motivated and focused. So just learning a language for fun can be not that motivated, because people can give up on things and they can stop doing it. But when they have a goal and they have a motivation, so they will never give up on that, and they will keep working on that, and it will always push them to learn such language. There are like different goals usually when people learn languages. There are people who need to work, so they need a language to work in a special field or special company. Some people they learn a language to move to another country, for example, to travel. Some people learn languages to find other people, to get know about other people. Others, for example, just learn languages like specialty. For example, they are just specialized in that and they want to learn a language, and that's what motivates them, that the interest and the curiosity maybe. And there are people who just love languages, but they have to love them really, to learn them. And if it's about a specific language, let's say Russian or Arabic, of course, if you want to learn the language, you have to love it, and you have to like it, and to I don't know, to learn at least about the history of this language, or to get to know like people who speak this language, and that will help you, because that's a strong motivation to know the origin of the language, and to learn about it, and to learn about the people who speak it. Yeah, the first step is choosing the language. So decide which language you want to learn based on your personal interest, career, aspiration, or travel plans. Yeah, so here, like choosing languages, it's also related to the motivation. And if somebody, for example, want just to learn any kind of language, for example, people who are in going at university and they want to be specific or be specialized in one language or another. So they have to decide carefully and to choose carefully what the language to learn. For me, like personally, like the most important, it's to know English, because the English language is an international language. And even if you kind of learn another language, knowing English, it will be easier, because you can easily communicate with those people from like that language, and you can go to those countries that speak that language. And if you know English, I mean, it would be easier to meet new people, to get to get to know them. Yeah, so choosing a language, I think it's not an issue. You just choose it based on your needs. Then the third point is to learn basics. Of course, like after choosing a language, you kind of decided to learn a particular language. So you start learning the basics. So what are the basics? Start with basics including grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation. This will provide a solid foundation for further learning. So what's the basics for me? For example, the first thing is, of course, the alphabet and the letters, because learning, I mean, starting a language without knowing all the letters and without learning the alphabet, it's kind of, I don't know. Uh, some people, they just start a language, for example, by learning words, just words, and then during that time they start, I mean, learning about letters. But for me personally, it's better to know all the letters, to practice them, to know how to pronounce them. Like this is the most important for me. Like I was an Arabic teacher and a Russian teacher in Russia, and I always was telling to my students before to learn the alphabet and the letters before they start to learn the words, because some people, they just come to me and they tell me, let's start directly by learning the words. But I tell them, let's start by the alphabet, by letters. Our letters are very important, because if someone knows the letters very well, knows know how to pronounce them, etc., so it will be easy for him or her to learn words after that. Yeah. So what else? Let me check here the connection. So everything is okay. Okay. So after learning the the alphabet and the letters, of course, we should start by uh, basic words like I don't know, introduction words, like hello words, like I don't know, something easy uh, to to ask, for example, like about how to pay something, or how to I don't know, to order something in the restaurant, or how I don't know, how to go to a particular place, or to ask about a place. So those words are very important, and that's why I mean, the people should start with them. And especially I also forget about something to mention about the alphabet. So the alphabet, for me, it's not important to learn the order. I mean, the order, like most of native speakers, even, like, I mean, they don't know the order of the alphabet of their own language. When I was talking about the alphabet, I meant to learn not the order of the alphabet, but the pronunciation and the spelling of the letters. That's, I mean, what's the most important. So after learning the basics, so the learning the alphabet, the some vocabulary, pronunciation, etc. So of course, the fourth step is to practice the language, and there are many ways to practice a language. Practice speaking. Speaking the language regularly is essential to becoming proficient. Find a language exchange partner or a tutor to practice with. Yeah, so the way to practice a language, there are, I mean, many ways to practice a language. Uh, I remember when I was like practicing English, I even I don't remember the website, but it was like a website where they were exchanging languages. So like it was like completely free. People were just getting know each other, and they start, I mean, uh, exchanging languages. For example, someone teach you Indian, you teach him English. Someone teach you, I don't know, Arabic, you teach him Russian or something like that. So there are like forums also where people exchange languages, and there are places like even like people can meet each other. I mean, you have to find someone to practice with, of course, because it's very important. Not if it's not a tutor, it's easy to find because you pay for someone, and he or she starts practice with you. But there are also forums, there are websites where people exchange the language, and that's how you can practice it. And practicing a language, it's not only about practicing it with someone or talking with someone, but also it's about listening and watching. So and here like the fifth step comes: listen and watch. Listen to music, watch movies or TV shows in the language you're learning. This will help you improve your listening skills and pick up new words and phrases. Yeah, here, so you can listen to podcasts, you can watch a lot of videos. Sometimes, like, I always remember a very good quote my by one of my teachers in university. So she said that if you want to learn something, or you want to remember something, even if you have like a bad memory or something like that, or you kind of can't learn it, or you find it hard for you to learn, she gave the example of glass, like a glass of water. She said, when you put the water in the glass of water, always, and you like remove all the water from the glass, always some drops left there in the glass of water. Also, always some drops left. That means when you listen to something or you watch something, it doesn't mean that you are not remembering anything, because like an example I gave, like our head, our memory, it's like a glass. Always when you feel it with something, something will stay there. I mean, and some people they say, for example, I listen to a podcast or I listen to a video, and I don't understand anything. And I usually were telling them, when you listen anyway, like something will stay in your head. I mean, some words, some pronunciation, and some expressions, for example, because you hear some expressions, you can hear them once, you can hear them another time and the third time, and then by time you will just remember them forever. That's a good practice to listen and to watch also, like listening, for example, to music even help, because you think like I am just listening to music and they are singing about, I don't know, not that serious stuff, but in the music there are words, and those words, and especially with the music, like because the music give you emotions, and when we have like emotions we remember things, so you more likely with the music can remember things. And there is also a good thing that are the associations. So like usually a language is learned with associations, because even like if you have a bad memory and you associate words with something, like I mean always like you associate them with something you know already, you associate them with like words of your own native language. Yeah, so that helps, because our brain works like with associations. That's how we remember things, and that's the best way to learn a language, by always associating words with something you have in mind. Then the sixth step, and that's reading and writing. Yeah, so here, besides like watching and listening, you have also to read and to write, because when you read, you um, train your visual memory. So every person has his visual memory, and when you read something, even I mean. You don't try to remember that, so your brain will remember that anyway. So you have a visual memory, and by training your visual memory you will learn even more. That's why reading is important, and the same just like listening and watching. By reading you also remember some words, some expressions, uh, and you may find even more interesting things, because sometimes when you just listen or watch you can miss things, but when you read, and especially if you are, because there are different kind of people. There are people who absorb the information by listening. There are people who absorb the information better by seeing. They have better visual memory. So it depends, of course. Uh, and anyway, I consider like even those people who are not that good at listening or at watching, uh, they the watching and listening can be useful for them, because we are people, and it doesn't mean that if we are not good at something, that means we will never be good at it. I believe, for example, in the change, and I think people can always change for the best. Okay, practice reading and writing the language. Start with simple text and gradually move on to more challenging materials. Yeah, it's cool advice. Like start reading. Like so, for example, even I mean, it's not an issue to be how to say shy or to be embarrassed about mm, reading like books of kids or something like that. I mean, even such materials like because you, of course, when you start reading, you have to start with something simple, and it doesn't matter. You can read like a fairy tale or a book of kids or anything. So that will be really useful. Okay, we have like only about 8, 9, 10, four steps left. So welcome everybody who is joining and who is watching. Thank you very much. For now, the chat is off because I want to concentrate on the presentation, and then I will turn it on, and we we will chat and talk about the languages and how to learn them, and even anyone can join with me like with Skype, and we can talk in the stream. Okay. The seventh option is to use language learning apps. Use, use language learning apps to supplement your learning. Apps like Duolingo, Babbel, anyway, I mean, there are a lot of them. You can find them and install them on your phone, and they have a lot of I mean, most of them, they have like the free option. Then you can pay a little bit and you can like train with those apps. And what I recommend, for example, to people who learn a language is to turn your phone completely to the language you want to learn. For example, for me, I want always to improve my English. That's why my phone is in English, and even like my laptop here is in English because recently, for example, my wife told me that update your laptop because she's like working, teaching, I don't know, but she has another session here, so her like interface is Russian, but here I try to make it in English, and even my phone is completely in English because even like those little things like settings, like the menu, everything, if it's in English, I will okay be more oriented and more focused in English, and I will improve that the English language that way. So if anyone like learning another language, you get just turn your phone to another language. It will be maybe hard and not easy and not familiar in the first days, but as we like a lot of people say, like you have to be out of your comfort zone to learn something. So if your comfort zone is to have settings in English and or your phone in English and your PC in English, everything, but you are learning another language, if you just change to the language you are learning, it will be easier for you to learn, and it will be very helpful. And there are, I mean, a lot of applications you can install to learn the language, but still, I mean, I consider those applications and tutors and practice with other people, it's something just that can help you, but mostly you have to do the things yourself. You have to change kind of your mind, change your phone, I mean, to be oriented all in that language. Because when even if you have the best tutor in the world, you still need to work yourself on the grammar and vocabulary and on practicing the language in different ways. Yeah. So the eighth step is to choose a community. Like I said, I mean, the community you can find in forums, or you can find clubs. For example, in Russia, when I was visiting English clubs, I was practicing English that way, and a lot of people still practice English that way. And I always like have some like notifications from English clubs inviting me in Russia. I don't want to leave them or something, and I never know what will happen in the future. But I mean, those English clubs in Russia are still active, and you can find English like language club in your country or your area, and you can find even like people online. So the community doesn't matter, you can find them like offline or online. So when you have like people learning with you, and even you, if you find like one friend or one person who start learning with you the language, it will be also easier for you. It will be a motivation, and you will help each other, and you will find like good resources, good sources for each other. I mean, it's also good to learn the language with someone, but not by yourself or a group of people, of course. The Ninth step is to travel. To of course, to try to speak to try to speak with native people of that language, even if you can't, for example, afford to travel, or you don't have time to travel or something. You can still find the native people in your area, and you can talk with them and practice with them. At least, I mean, you for sure you will have like a restaurant where such people uh, is possible to meet. For example, if you are learning Arabic, to go to Arabic restaurant or something, or a place where you know that like those people are gathered there. Or if it's a Russian language or whatever, so you go to the language of to a restaurant or to place where those people gather, and you can meet them and practice with them. Or at least, I mean, just I don't know, there are a lot of groups in the web, so you can find someone to practice with and to improve your language. But anyway, like traveling, if there is an opportunity to travel and to live like some for some time in the other country, to where they speak the language you are learning, it's better to go there and to live for some time, because I mean, it's always nice to see the world, to see new places, and at the same time, also to practice the language, because you will see it everywhere, in the stores, in the boards, and that of course will motivate more you, or shift your mind, and if when you come back, your level in that language will improve for sure. So the 10th step is like to be patient and persistent. Learning a language takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged if process is slow, and stay committed to your goals. Consistency is the key. Yeah. So this is like the last thing. You of course have to not give up on learning the language. You have to keep doing it, and always finding new ways to keep learning it, and new ways to practice it. And you can be like creative as much as you can. Some people like, they have like cards. I forget how they name them. So there are like cards, and they just uh, in the card there is like a drawing of something, and flashcards, I think, or something like that. So, and they have cards with the names, with the words, and they always check those cards, play with them. This is like a creative thing. For example, it's possible to just hang some words you can't remember, or you need hang them on the refrigerator or on the wall or wherever. You can also like use the calendar or the reminder, and it will always show you something like, I don't know, for example, each hour the phone will remind you about one or two words, and it will give you like some sound. I mean, I'm just coming with the crazy ideas now. I mean, you can always be creative and think about what help you more in learning a language. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's it for this for these steps that you need to take to learn a language. Now I will turn on the live chat, and we can talk, and you can tell me about what do you think. Yeah, so the chat is working now, and I am here also like preparing this board, and at the same time I can Also, for example, I can also, for example, talk or show you how to learn a language like I usually teach on the board. For example, I can be teaching now Arabic. Hello, Lisa. So this is the board I usually use with my wife. We have been released. Hello, Jemmy. Hello, Helen. And Pace. Released, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I am not that long in that presentation, but I think it's useful. So let me here separate the chats. Okay. Mhm. Hello, Alison. Hello, everyone. What do you think about the presentation? Hello, Thomas. Hello, everyone who is joining. I did my best to make it interesting and to give as much value as I can, because it's all what I said. Like I found that that information on the web mostly. It was like organized by I have I used, it's called ChatGPT. It's a cool website where you just can kind of ask anything and it gives you the details. For example, I ask about 10 steps to learn a language and I get these 10 steps and I start reading them, and then I shared about every step what I think or my experience about that. So that's what I was doing, and I think the experience, like the example of the glass of water. Yeah, yeah, the glass of water. I liked also that example, and I still remember like the the teacher. She was a very good teacher and she was a very friendly teacher, and we were like friends with her. I like when teachers are not that strict with students and you feel with them like a friend, like you talk with them normally, like I mean like you are talking with a friend and you don't feel like the difference of age. Just they can make fun, they can, I don't know, such teachers are much better. I think you said makes more sense than anyone else has ever said. Thank you, Jasper. In America, we all know the order of the English alphabet thanks to singing our ABC when we were young. Ah, yeah. I mean, sometimes we forget when we don't practice or we don't sing that song that often. I mean, even me. I mean, when I don't practice like English alphabet, or I can forget about it. Yeah, A B C D E F G H E I G K L M N O P R S T U V W X Y Z. Uh, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe English alphabet it's easier to remember. Sometimes I forget like the Russian. I forget the Arabic. I can't know them by heart. I mean, and I just don't consider that's a very important thing to know. It's not the most important to know like how to write those letters and how to pronounce them. Maybe some other alphabets are very hard to to remember. I know for me it helps to write it, speak it, and read it. It stays in my head better. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, practicing it is very good. Yeah, for example, in this stream, to make it cool, I can also share with you what I know about the Arabic language. For example, I can share with you the Russian alphabet song. I still don't know it. I think you can just write in Russian in YouTube like alphabet song in Russian, and you can find a lot. Yeah, so uh, in this stream as well, reading children books will be great. Yeah, that will be also easy because they are easy to. There are even like books that are a little bit hard for kids to study. For example, I've seen some books in Turkish, and they write a lot of writing there. There are a lot of paragraphs, so it's uh, it's uh, it's hard to to read, and especially if the writing in the book is very little. Yeah, so let me try here to share the Arabic alphabet with you, and you will see like the letters. So I know that some of my subscribers are learning Arabic, and even if you are not learning Arabic, it's cool to know something about it. It's always cool to learn new languages. Okay, so the Arabic language, for example, consists some like letters. They call them letters, uh, not something, not hieroglyphs, not something like that. Like in the Egyptian old language, they call them hieroglyphs. I think, if I am pronouncing that right. Um, not not there are hieroglyphs and there are letters. Yeah, so those are letters. And for example, this is the the alphabet, the Arabic alphabet here, and it starts by as most of the languages, they start by a or a. The Arabic language also starts by a, and the first letter is like this. It's called alif. This is a letter. This is a letter called alif in Arabic, and how to, for example, this alif is considered, despite being like there's voil and not voil, um, despite being just like a, but it's not kind of a. It's like the sound and it can be like u e u e. So there are only uh, three different uh, ways to pronounce a letter, any Arabic letter, or with a, or with e, or with u. U. And to make a letter a, you put like something like on it, like this. You put a line on it, and it will be a. So this one is a, but they don't say a, they say a, 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 something like that. They say soft a, a. Put them in a glass of water. Yeah. In Mandarin, they use symbols. Yeah, yeah, not symbols for whole words, no alphabet, and all its logographic. Yeah. So this is alif. If you put on it this fatha, they call it fatha, the line above, so it will be a. It will be a. If we don't put this line and we put something like 9 above, something like this, it's called dhamma. So it will be u. This will be u. This will be u. So just like little 9, you can say. It will be u. And if you put those on any letters, it will be u. If you put the line under the letter, like this, so it will be e. But in this case of a, they also put this thing here in the bottom. This thing they call hamza. So they call hamza, and they put the line under this, and it will be e. So this is how the letter can be. Like there are 3 forms of this letter. The letter A or letter A. So there are like this form. This is A. This is U. And this is E. Sometimes in the case of U, they don't put that thing and they just put it like this. U. In the case of E, they just put it like this as well, without that sign, without that hamza, that they call it hamza. So this is how the Arabic works. Like this is the first letter, alif. A, U, E. And we can check other letters as well. It's very interesting too. This is a letter B, ba, with 1 point like this, ba. The letter B. When we put the line above, it will be ba. When we put the line under, it will be B. When we put that thing above, like 9, little, it will be boo, something like that. Some people even, like when they learn Arabic, they don't learn it without these things. I mean, they are professional, they don't even need those signs to understand if it's ba, boo, bi, depending on the place where it's situated. Ba, boo, bi, something like that. In the case of this ba, this is ba, ba, boo, bi. So ba, the letter B, it's with 1 point in above it, with 1 point. But the same letter just with 2 points on the top, it will be like T. Like this, T, 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 T. They call it T. So the same letter here, and we put the line above, it will be Ta. the line under it, it will be T, and this dhamma, it will be 2. Ta T2. Ta T2. This is how like the Arabic works. You just have to understand that those lines when you put on the top is A. And yeah, and it's written from not like English, from how to say, from English, from the left to the right, from the left to the right, but from the right to the left. Yeah, yeah, it's written to the from the right to the left. It's, I mean, that's how cool is to learn new languages, because you kind of shift your mind. You always think that you all people should write from the left to the right, and you kind of have to shift to your mind. And I know that there is even Japanese, they write from above to the, like, if I am not mistaken, like Japanese, they write from the top to the bottom, like this. Top to top to the bottom. It's how to the the phrases they have. It's also cool. I mean, it's also like mind training, you can say. I learned some Spanish in first and second grade. Just colors, numbers, greeting, and things. Greeting. Yeah. Spanish we also start learning with my wife when we were in Russia. We wanted to go to Mexico, and then then we changed our mind. Like before all this crazy thing happened, uh, so we start learning Spanish, and even I we created a YouTube channel where we like were learning the language together and sharing our progress. Yeah, I was told that as you get older, it takes you longer than it's somewhat difficult to learn another language. Do you agree? Jasper, it's about memory, I think. I don't think it's about the age. Because I believe that anyone, if it doesn't matter what the age they are, uh, if anyone train their memory well and they have like a good memory and they practice correctly, any language they can learn. It doesn't matter how old are you. I don't agree that maybe it's bit harder to learn a new language when you are like uh, in the age. I mean, but if you train your memory, I don't think it will be an issue, because even like young people can have bad memory and can learn a language very slow if they are not doing it right. I mean, it's hard work to learn a language. It's not like just uh, uh, that easy. When person is serious about it, they have to consider all that I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, and they have to uh, shift their mind completely. Yeah, goodly agrees as well. Yeah, I speak some French as well. Oui, je parle français. Je parle un peu de français. Je peux parler en français. J'ai besoin de pratique, mais j'ai oublié beaucoup. I forget a lot of French. J'ai oublié beaucoup de français parce que j'ai pas pratiqué la langue française, et j'ai besoin, j'ai besoin de quelqu'un de pratiquer avec lui ou elle. I said, I mean, I need someone to practice with French, because I forget about it. Forget a lot. I mean, I don't have enough practice. Even like French being like my second language, you can say, and I get my first education in French, but I forget because I didn't practice it, and I didn't follow. You can say all the steps I mentioned in the beginning of the in the beginning of the stream. But I mean, if I will just practice it a little bit with some people, I will just remember everything, because I had like some friends, I was practicing with them in Algeria, French, and it's an easy language for me because mm, English language, if you know English, it's very easy to learn French. Yeah, it's another thing also I didn't mention in the beginning of the stream about learning languages. If the language, I mean, is similar to your language, your native language, it's easier to learn from you for you. For example, people who know English, it will be easier for them to learn French, Spanish, even Russian, but it will be a little bit harder to learn for them Chinese, Arabic, and other languages that are like not similar. So this is in Arabic ta, ta tuti, tha. There is the letter tha where you just put. Yeah, we are live. Hello, Black Cat. Nice to see you. So this is the letter tha with 3 points. 3 points. Tha, tha. There, it's like thank you. Tha. Yeah. And the same here as well. When you put the line above, it will be tha. When you put this dhamma, it will be thu. And when you put the line under it, it will be thi. Tha, thu, thi. So this is an Arabic letter, the third one. Third, the. It's easy to remember. It's association. Third, tha. Third, tha. Alif, ba, ta, tha. Ah, no, it's not the third, it's the fourth. Anyway, alif, ba, ta, tha. Tha is the fourth. Yeah. So the third after alif, like the third similar letter, you can say, because they are all these letters. Thank you, Black Cat, for your support. So always these three letters are kind of similar. You see, like nothing, I didn't change anything. I changed here only the point. So when you put the point under this thing, it will be ba. When you put 2 points above this thing, it will be ta. When you put 3 points above this, it will be tha, tha. Ba, ta, tha, ba, ta, tha. Those are like three similar letters that are different only in the points. Yeah, this is easier to remember like this. So we have as well alif, ba, ta, tha. Then we have jim, j, the sound j. G, it's beautiful, written like this. There is a point like this. It would be j. With the same principle, if it would be a line above, it would be ja. Line under, it would be ji. And this thing above, it would be ju. Ju. This is ja. Then there is, okay, the battery. Okay. This is ja. This is the same, also like the same. It did turn beautiful. The same, like without point. Without point, it's ha, ha. It's like H, but it's a little bit harder. Ha, ha. And with the point above, it's kha, 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 like Russian kha. Yeah, this is Arabic. Yeah, kha, ja, ha, kha, ja, j, kha, j, ha, kha. Those are like the letters. So it would be ja, ha, kha. If this above, it would be ja, ha, kha. If this thing here, it would be ju, hu, hu. If the line under it, it will be ji, hi, chi. So those are also similar letters. There are other two similar hi, hi, hi. Yeah. So there are other similar letters then in the alphabet, like the, d. This is del. They call it del, del, and the, the. So this is the same. If we put above, it would be da, the, da, the. If we put this thing, dhamma, they call it dhamma, on the top, it would be do, dhu. If we put the line under them with the point here, it would be d, the, d, the. These letters are also similar. Da, da. These two letters as well. R. This is a R. Some people said that. By the way, Baghdad learned how to pronounce R finally. So it was hard for him because usually in Russia, kids they can't pronounce R, and a lot of people who are, I mean, American, for example, or English people, when they learn a Russian language, so they can't say the letter R. And kids also usually in Russia they go to special teachers who teach them some letters when they are little. For example, the letter R, it's the hardest letter to pronounce for kids in Russia, and the letter sh, for example, also it's hard for kids to pronounce. And I mean, there's special specialists in Russia who called logoped, like speaking teacher or speaking therapist, you can say. And this speaking therapist helps kids to pronounce some letters. So they call this logoped. In English, it's logoped. Speech therapist, yes. So there's speech therapists, they usually hire them, and they teach them how to pronounce some letters. And Baghdad was also complaining about not knowing the letter R, and I was teaching him recently about how to pronounce it. And I watched some videos, and I just told him that he have to put his tongue behind his teeth to pronounce it. I don't know if you can pronounce it or not. I think most of you here can't pronounce R. I think it's in Spanish language as well. I had to learn to speak again after stroke. So, yes, I think Spanish also has this letter R. Sorry, terry. So it's easy to, in fact, to pronounce it, I think, and it doesn't matter, as you said, like the age, your age. I think you can learn it anyway. I can do the r. Yeah, I think you can learn it. You just need to know the technique behind it. I mean, the technique behind it is to put your tongue. Cool, Thomas. To put your tongue right above, uh, right behind your teeth, upper teeth, on the top. That's how I taught Baghdad. And you breathe. 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 Just you. Try now, for example. You put the tongue on the behind your teeth. You can kind of find a little like thing. It's possible to touch on the above the teeth. A place like a little hard place. You find it in above behind your teeth, and you put the tongue there and start breathing. And you start breathing, and you can do it. Yeah, it's hard, but I mean, with training, I think it's possible. It's possible to do. And I mean, the same. I was like really teaching, but then there are also some people. There is another technique also. They put their finger between their teeth like this to not let the tongue go above. To let the tongue always be on the top. Are you clear? And it can work. Yes, she Terry, maybe it's working for you. Yeah. And in Russia, for example, sometimes they take a stick. No, of course, the stick should be like clean, and they put the stick behind like under the tongue, and they try to let the kid always put his tongue on the top, like this, and kind of help him to put to hold his tongue like this, and tell him to breathe. So that's how they teach the kid. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when Baghdad he wanted to learn it, so I just told him the principle. I told him what the finger, and he started training, and he could do it. So there is r, ra, and zin in Arabic. Ra also, if you put the sign above what they called fatha, it's r, ra, it's za, raza, raza. If you put this dhamma, it will be ru, zu, ruzu. If you put this on on the bottom, it will be rizi, rizi. So this is how it works. This is how it works. Rizi. Sin, shin. Yeah, there is also two other letters that are also kind of similar. They write them like this. By the way my name is written with S, this snoozy, S and sh, s, sh, sh with 2 points, 3 points, with 3 points, and this is s. So they just put the line above. It would be sa, sha, Su, shu, si, shi. This is how it's easy. Si, shi. The other letters are sad, vad. Does any area of Russian do this? Do what exactly? Train kids about R, or what do you mean? Saddad. There is sad. This is sa, like hard S. Sa, sa. This is a letter in Arabic. Sa, sa. Hard S. And this is also a special letter in Arabic. They call it va. Va. Like not the, not te, not the, not the. They call it va, 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 va. It's. Are there any areas of Russian speaking Arabic? Yes, Russians speaking Arabic. I was like teaching Arabic to Russians, and there are people, there are Russians who speak Arabic, and for example, you can, you know, all of you, you know, Russia Today. So the this channel of Russia Today, they have also Russia اليوم, Russia Today in Arabic. In fact, Russia Today it's originally, I think, Arabic channel. Then they turned it to Russian or something like that. But Russia Today, it was like Russia اليوم. It was an Arabic channel, Russia Today. Yeah. So, Dad and Sad. This is the, sa, the with point here. This is sa. Sa, va. Something like that. So, vo. So, vo. And this is si, the. Si, the. This is the one. There is also ta, va, ta. This is ta, and this is va. This is ta, and this is va. Ta, va. It's ta. It's like a hard T. To, vo, to, vo. Ty, вы. These are like how it's pronounced. And the other, عين, غين. This is also a very hard Arabic letter to pronounce. It's a, a. And this is r, r. This r like the French, r, l'amour, like the French, r. So this is a. It's something like very, very hard a. Very, very hard a. Yeah, it's very complicated. A. A. This is how to pronounce it. A. This is ra, 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 ra. This is ru, ru. This is ro, 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 ru, ro. And this is ri. This is ri, 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 ri. So these are these letters, and there is f, fa, qaf, f, no, not f, fa in Arabic, fa, I, qa. So this is fa, this is qa, this is fu, this is qo, this is fi, this is qi. By the way, like the another Arabic letter that is very hard to pronounce is this K, like hard K, and that's qa 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 qu qi qa. Have been to different hospitals today. What else? Kaf lam. This is ka. Simple ka, like K, ka. And this is L. La, ka, la. Ka, la. This L, this is K. Kaf, lam. Ka, la. Ku, lu. Ki, li. Those are also other similar letters. Sometimes they differ only in a little thing. I'm gonna need you to repeat all that 100 times. Yeah, that's those are not that easy letters to pronounce. There is mim, this is m, and this is already like not similar, but we take like by 2 letters. So this is m, ma, na, those are easy. Mu, no. I understand it's like Thomas only have mi, ni, something like that. Mini. And ha, wow, ha, wow. So there's this called ha, and this is called wow. But ha and wow are easy also, like h. Arabic is hard, slow down for us. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I mean yeah, I'm just giving like general ideas about it. So this is like H, English H is ha, 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 and this is wow, like W. Those are easy. So this is ha, wa, hawa. This is who, woo, who. Okay, who, how to write who? Who is that? He, we, we like yes in French, we. Those hawa, and the last letter is ye, ye. This is ye, like a bird. So this is ya, this is you, and this is yi, yi, ya, you, yi. I mean, those are all the letters. Let me check how long I'm streaming already. Oh, 1 hour. Okay. Yeah. So this is our the Arabic letter. It's not that easy, but it's cool. So the hardest letters here, it's easy, ba it's easy, tha it's easy, tha it's like thank you, j it's like G, Ha. It's a little bit hard. Ha. So it's like that. Ha. 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 Something like that. After an accident, they have double division, so I have to wear contact lens. Ha. So this is ha. The hard one, ha. Ha. It's also maybe in English that you have no ha, but in Russian they have ha, and they have um, in some other language, in Arabic they have ha. The it's like d. The it's like th. The R it's easy. Z it's easy. S it's easy. Sh easy. Sad it's a little bit hard, like hard s. S. It's hard s. The this also with the point is hard. Va. What else? Ta. It's a little bit hard also, like hard t. Ta. This va, it's a little bit hard also, like th, but very hard. Va. This is the hardest one. The hardest Arabic letter. It's a. Ain. Can only use it for limited amount of time each day. And ra. It's like when the kid playing, or the French. And this one also is a little bit hard. It's qa. It's very hard. K. Qa. Sentence. Yeah, I can. And KLMN. Ha. It's like H. Wa. It's like W. Yeah. It's like yeah. Yeah. I can show one. For example, let's start by word. For example, like sabah. This is sabah. It's morning. So sabah. Sabah, it's morning. Sabah. Okay, see you, Jasper. Sabah, it's morning. You can add here, for example, Sabah al Khair. Good morning, for example. Sabah al Khair. Al Khair. Something like that. It's good morning. Sabah al Khair. Just an example. Yeah. It's good morning. Sabah al Khair. Or we can, for example, take another word. مساء الخير. Okay, مساء M. This is M. This is S. مساء. 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 Like مساء, it's evening. الخير, it's good. مساء الخير. This is good evening. الخير. Like the evening of the good. Sabak. How old were you when you learned Arabic? I mean, I was born in an Arabic country. How to say it? I learned it in Algeria at the school. Like from 5 years old, you can say. Yeah. This is مساء الخير, good morning. What else? For example, my name, how it's written in Arabic, like this. S, nu, like N. This is N, it's wow. Snoo. When they have also something I forget to mention about the letters. Snoozy. Like this. This is my name in Arabic. S, no, si. Yeah, this is my name, for example. Yeah. Uh, what else? I wanted to mention that letters also can have, despite, not despite, supplementary things. Another thing also, like, let's suppose we have B here, and when we have a circle. Okay, see you, black cat. When we have a circle on the top of the letter, it's like B, like R, not moving, a stable sound, like B, R, D. So they put a circle on the top. And there are other things also in the language. The letters that are, they can continue the sound. You can say, for example, B. We take B, ba, and if we put this sign after, it will be ba, ba, something like that. There is also boo, like snoozy, like this is boo, this is simple boo if it was like alone, but with this sign after it, it will be boo. With another letter, with the letter wow, it will be boo. With alif, it will be ba. And if we add here this, so it will be b, b, like prolong. It prolongs the sounds. So to prolong the sound, the sound ah, we have to add alif, ah. To prolong the sound ooh, we have to add this, well. To prolong the sound e, we have to add this e. This is how it works. Sorry. That's why, I mean, when I wrote my name, you can see here s, no. That's why, I mean, snoo, snoo, si, snoo, si, snoo, si. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Thomas, are you still here? You said that you want to talk with Skype. I mean, that's it for learning the language. I mean, just let me know if you are interested in joining the stream. Otherwise, I will just finish. Thomas, are you still here? You are explaining these letters really well, but some sounds are very difficult to pronounce. It will take a lot of patience. Yeah, it needs the practice. It's not that easy. Yeah, you can join and practice with me. Here is the link if you want to join. Let me turn on the microphone there. Yeah, you may see me in the stream, but you may hear me in the browser. Yeah, if anyone want to join to the stream, you can join by Skype, and we can talk a little bit. Otherwise, I am like it's a habit or tradition we do. Good thing you learned it as a kid. Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, it's good when you learn a language as a kid, but I don't think it's impossible to learn if you are adult. It's also easy. So I see a guest joining, but I don't hear you. If you are joining, you have to click on the microphone to turn on the microphone. That way I will hear you. If you join it, tell me in the stream that you joined. Thomas, did you join? You said I will join. Okay. Yeah, so I am already streaming for an hour and a half. Yeah, like this video, hit the like button. And I would say thank you for watching. Thank you for being around. Thank you for supporting my channel. I hope you enjoyed this stream. And if you want to know the best tips to learn a language or the best steps to take, just watch this stream from the beginning. Yeah, like I see people joining, but I don't hear you guys. You have to turn on the microphone. Oh, somebody joined. I see.
Coming.
Gustav Derry. Hello. I hear you. Say something.
Cannot see.
What?
Yeah.
I hear you. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. I can hear you.
Cool. Where are you from?
Oh my Sweden.
Sweden. Cool. How's like the weather there? You are Thomas, yes?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Welcome here. To learn any language? Okay, Thomas disappear. Oh, what I did here. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, a technical issue, I think Thomas has. Maybe the other time we'll have the opportunity to talk more. Yeah, anyway, that was interrupted. Cut it. Yeah. So I don't know what to do. Thomas, you just disappeared. So thank you guys for watching. I am ending this. See you in my next streams and videos. Thank you very much for being around. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for being around. Thank you for helping with the moderation. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Goodbye, everyone.